I didn't have a credit
Ready?
card
Let's
for the
start. Come
borough.
on.
I don't get a credit card, that was never used.
Come on, can we start? Yeah,
Never
do the pledge,
used.
pledge of
Was it
allegiance.
never used by me?
Come on, stand for the pledge of allegiance.
That's right, bitch.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A brief moment of silence for the sick and deceased of the borough of Colwyn. You may be seated. All right, can we have a roll call vote?
Mayor Blue,
Here.
Mr. McBlain.
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Here.
Mrs. Williams,
Here,
Mrs. Van Auken,
here.
Mrs. Pry,
She's not here, she has the flu.
President Muser,
I'm here.
I think she should be here.
Mr. Brundage,
Next to, Paul.
Vice President Kamara.
I didn't hear
She's
from
not,
her.
no, she's working. Mr. Lesher,
I'm here, I'm present.
I'm here. Sarita Jackson.
Okay, thank you. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes for the November CDBG meeting, 12/11, the council meeting on 12/11, and the special meeting that was held 12/30/2014?
I'll make that motion.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Yes, I'm opposed.
One
Hold on.
opposed?
Roll call,
yeah.
Oh,
roll
yeah.
call.
Okay. Everyone
Mrs.
except-
Williams,
No,
Mrs. Pry, not here. Mrs. Van Auken,
no,
Mr. Muser,
that's
Yes.
what you should have called.
Mr. Brundage.
Yes.
Mrs. Kamara's not here. Mr. Lesher.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2.
Okay,
I
thank
just
you.
want to know, do you do the pledge of allegiance at your house when you have your meetings with them?
Okay. The next one will be public comment. Five minutes per person. Comments should focus on issues and on the agenda. In order to enable council to get through the agenda, the public comment period will conclude after the last comment. If more time is needed, public comment period will resume at the end of the council meeting.
No public comment.
Do we have public comment? I think there's a list there if you want to sign up. Right on the podium.
Yours.
Well, can we speak now?
Get that next too.
Whoever's up there first.
Music's up here first. Put her name. Music's first.
Go ahead.
Whoever wants to go ahead.
Go ahead, public comment. Go ahead, Mrs.
I'm
Muser.
gonna give you the list, okay? My comment is two things. After the last meeting was chaos, so I am asking council to consider that the mayor, he's elected officer. He is an officer to protect the people in the borough of Colwyn. If council can't control council, I'm asking the mayor and for council to vote that the mayor do his job. Control council, control the borough, control the people, and maybe we would have some safety. Too many things happened at the last meeting.
I understand.
People got hurt. Was not hurt for.
Who got hurt? Who got hurt?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Who got hurt?
I'm not asking.
Ready? There was a councilman
I'm just saying my
assaulted,
comment. I'm
and
not
my
gonna
wife
sit
got
here and
assaulted at the
argue
last
back
meeting
and
on
forth.
December
I
30th.
am asking also the mayor.
Go ahead.
Please ask everybody to stay seated, and even that includes council and the residents. Council is and are a resident. They
Okay.
are employees of the borough of Colwyn. That's all I have to say because I got hurt the last time. I ended up at the hospital for the second time for retaliating in this borough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we address
Next.
No.
Go ahead. Next on the list.
I want to know who was, I want to know what happened. I was
Miss,
wrong.
there was a councilman assaulted, and my wife got assaulted. Mr. Lesher was assaulted. I'm not gonna get into specifics. And my wife.
Where was Freddie and Saul
There
today?
are, there are
That,
three
on the,
people.
right there in the door.
I was standing right behind Freddie.
What? Go ahead, Mr.
Standing right
She puts
behind
information out there.
I
Why can't
seen
we
what
question
happened
it?
to Freddie. Freddie turned around in that doorway, that door had fell.
They're not signed up.
I was standing there and seen that.
Okay.
Anybody want to?
Go ahead, next.
Here's a claim that she got.
Go ahead, hon.
I had to.
Go ahead, I'm
If
sorry.
anybody
Go
knocked
ahead,
it out, Paula did.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, we got video.
Excuse my voice.
Yes, I do.
It's all right. Ladies.
We're talking.
My name
Sorry.
is Sheila Carter, and I am the president of the local NAACP that covers your town here. I'm also vice president for the state of Pennsylvania for the NAACP. My reason for coming today, of course, is just to introduce myself to the Borough Council, so that you know that you do have representation through your NAACP for your behalf in your community. And I don't have a relationship with you as far as when I do receive complaints, who my contact person should be. So I want you to take that in consideration, because what happens is when I get written complaints, I have to react to them. And I need to know who within your leadership would be that contact person that I would call first, so that we can get issues resolved.
Well, I am the president of council. This is Mr. McBlain, our borough solicitor, and this is our borough manager, Paula Brown. And these are the member of our council. Mr. Lesher, Mr. Brundage, that's Mayor Michael Blue, Patricia Williams, Councilman Williams, and Patricia, Councilwoman, I'm sorry, Councilwoman Patricia Williams and Martha Van Auken.
Okay, so what I'm asking for is a contact person, not your whole borough.
President
Committee
of council?
person. And if it's just sister, or it may even be Paula. Paula's familiar.
That's who it is.
I will make myself the contact
Excuse me.
person, please.
As I state, when complaints come through, I need a contact.
If it's a legal matter, it'll probably come to our solicitor,
Right, so I would like.
which is
to
Mr.
ask
McBlain, John
the
McBlain.
borough manager, give me the list of who that person is with phone numbers, and that will be your procedure.
Can you furnish that list? We can furnish that list for you.
Okay, because I'm not gonna call everyone to tell.
Yes.
And then it's up to you.
No problem.
As the president to relate the information to
Yes.
to your council people. As far as complaints, I have not, within 2014, received any complaints concerning your borough, so I have to tell you that's a great thing. It's a good thing, and it could be where people just are not familiar, they can have an organization represent them. But I will say this, I did have the pleasure of meeting your mayor. We met last month. I had called a meeting with the local police chiefs within the territory that I cover. And what we're doing within the NAACP, we're meeting with our local police chiefs and the leadership of that particular area to get a group of us together. And what we're working on is police and community relations. Because of everything that has happened within Ferguson and within,
Yes.
even in the state of Pennsylvania, I felt the need that we need to have a better relationship. The police need to have a better relationship with the community.
Understandable.
So, and also from those meetings, what we're trying to do is we're trying to, I'm sorry, who did I speak to today? Someone called me today, or I called, was it someone in count? I know, okay. It's nice seeing you because I'm faced with the voice. But what we're trying to do is bring PAL back within the community. And the goal is to work directly with our youth. And because of, I know there's budget restraints within some of our communities, we're trying to branch a couple of communities together to have one PAL program. And then what we're looking at is getting 4 PAL programs, and then those teams will compete against each other for leads. And we're trying to get the police more involved with the PAL programs. So, I don't know, I think there's one officer here. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that I met also, that's gonna be coming to the meeting, so anything, I guess, pertains to police, you would be my point of contact person? Yes, because we've already talked.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we are working on some great recreational programs within our borough, myself, the mayor, Mayor Blue, and another member of council to get some things going for the kids in this borough here.
Okay, and that's all fine and dandy, but the goal that we're trying to do within the NAACP is to have the police not just your borough.
And the police are involved too, yes.
Involved with
Yes.
youth directly, so we can get better relationships.
There you go.
We can have a better relationship with the youth and the police. It may help us to, as they go through the high school years and that early 20, if they know who these guys are, that we may not end up with a lot of the incidents that we
That's-
see in
yes.
other parts of the country. So that's all I wanted to say. Like I said,
Thank you for coming, we appreciate it. Thank you. Next on the list,
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
go ahead, you have the floor.
Okay, I want to ask, Mr. Music, can I ask you a question? Do you know what the millage is for the taxes this year? No, I didn't ask Paula, I asked Mr. Music.
It was 26.
Yeah, there we go again.
I have my papers here, it's somewhere in my papers, I believe it's 26 something,
No, it's 25.2.
25.2? It's in my,
Thank you, Miss Paula.
it's in my papers here
My
somewhere,
job.
mister, I got so many
Thank
papers.
you. Thank you very much. I am so sick of Paula pulling y'all strings.
Go ahead.
I'm so sick of that. Can y'all be men? Stand
I said
up
it's somewhere in
and
my
do your
papers here,
job.
Mr. Williams.
Do
Look at
your
all my
job.
papers.
When I ask you a question, I just want to speak to you.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, and just like if I ask Mayor Blue,
Shut up, Ruth.
Come on, guys.
this is what I'm saying. When I ask a question, I'm sure everybody else here, if they want to ask from the council people, they want to answer from y'all, not from Paul.
I
And
understand.
this is the whole thing. You know, I mean, it might have been screwed up before, but it's like chaotic now.
I understand.
Crazy. And why? Because this woman couldn't get a job back in Derby as a dog catcher if she did it for free. And y'all just let her run roughshod over y'all. Y'all do whatever the hell she tells you. And she does, Freddie, and you need to stop it. Because the next time I catch you in Miss car in the afternoon, when that woman should be crossing these kids, I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to post it. You don't even you holler about some people not doing their job. You sitting there with a woman not doing her job.
And getting paid for it.
And getting paid every week. I'm there every morning at 10 minutes, 5:45, 7, to put my granddaughter on the bus. That woman never gets out that car. Never.
Understand.
She don't miss a
And
paycheck.
she has another person there that's supposed to be helping her, and she's sitting in the car. What's up with this? Are we making this, trying to do the right thing, or are we making this a black and white issue? Because I know for a fact, you want to get rid of 3 black people, but you're not messing with the white people. And that's wrong. That is
Understand.
definitely wrong. Now, if you want to go to the ethics committee, let's go to it on that. That's wrong,
I understand, Mr. Williams.
you know. And Freddie, I've known you for how many years?
Long time, man.
And you've been trying to get on this council for how many years?
I ran
And
for
you
office
have
once.
tried-
I ran for office once.
No,
and
Freddie,
my,
you've been
let
running
me
through
talk
this
to you.
barrel, running your mouth for almost 30 years that I know of.
Let me tell you how my political career got started in Colwyn. They took the old football field and they turned it into a dump. And I brought the state in here to shut it down against some of my personal friends, okay? Because they were misled they were misled, okay? They were misled. That was how my
Frank
political
Burr.
career or my activist career started. And I cleaned the borough up. I used to clean the whole creek from one end to the other, and I used to make sure Colwyn got super duper clean up.
All right, Freddie, if
Okay.
you're going to clean
That's
up
how
something,
my-
what you need to do is clean the
That's
rubbish
what
up
I
from
did.
behind your house.
That's what I did.
First.
Let me tell you
First.
something. I have people that get paid every day of the week to walk behind me and pick papers up out of this whole neighborhood. Out of this whole neighborhood.
you pay
People
that
that
out
I
your
pay.
pocket.
People
You
that I pay. Do you do that?
I
Do
clean
you do
around my
that?
house.
No, you don't. No,
All
you
right,
don't.
all right, guys, come
No,
on.
you don't. You don't know what I do. You don't
Come
know what
on.
I
I
do.
know you
Don't
be at
you
that
get personal
house.
business life in the council.
I know that.
All right, that's enough. Come on, guys.
Business, man.
And I told you, I'm taking
Freddie,
pictures.
Mr. Williams, that's enough.
I'm
Those
taking
5 minutes
pictures.
are up.
All right, next. Who's on the list next?
Mr.
Let's move on. Mr. Lindsay.
This is my first time coming to a council meeting.
Go ahead, sir, stand up, please.
Come on up.
I'm trying to.
Come on up. We want to make you feel welcome here.
He got bad
Yes,
legs,
bad
Paul.
leg.
Oh, okay, I understand.
I don't know if you touched on any subjects yet, because I'm late for this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Well, 6:30, it's a two-part meeting, Mr. Lindsay.
Okay.
6:30 is, we're combining it, we used to have 2 meetings a month. Now, we voted to have 1, which is better.
Okay.
The first part of the meeting is the committee reports. We did the committee reports, and that was concluded. Then 7:30 is our general part of the meeting.
Okay.
You know, we have
Go
the,
up there and get all that information.
I would like
there's
to-
information for you too on the table if you like to take some.
Okay.
Yeah, this way
I
you,
want to know
you,
if I can reserve the right to speak after you touched on the subject.
yes.
Okay,
No,
thank you.
not during the meeting.
Well, yeah, I'm
No.
sorry. Just to clarify there,
Yeah.
this is the beginning portion of the meeting will be public comment. There is the agenda there. So if you want to take a look at the agenda and make comment on any of the items on the agenda, now would be the time to do that. During the course of the meeting, the public won't be able to comment on the agenda.
And why is that?
Well, that's
We
what
have
the
it
law
on the
is.
agenda,
That's the way the law is,
Mr.
so.
Public
Mr.
speak
McLean is
on
on
something
the agenda.
after it's been spoken on.
Yeah,
It's
he
on
can,
the agenda for public comment at the end of the meeting.
at the end of the meeting, yes, I'm sorry, but I'm just so we're clear, during the course of, if a motion's being considered by council, the
Right.
public doesn't comment at that part of the time. You can comment now on agenda items, and then at the end of the meeting, there'll be another public comment, but during the course of the meeting, while these matters are debated or voted upon by council, the public does not comment during that time period.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Well, I still reserve the right to comment.
Sure, bud.
Mm.
The end.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next, who's on there, John?
Mr. Clark?
Mr. Maurice Clark?
I want to ask a question of, I'm the president of the fire company, I want to know where the fire relief money is that should have been turned over 3 months ago.
I will answer
Go
that.
ahead.
Maybe somebody can answer that question.
I can't answer that.
Can you defer to me for that?
I can defer to our borough manager, go ahead.
Mr. Clark, we have been asking the fire company for an audit report of all of the finances, of your minutes. We have been asking for that since, I believe, August, and we have not had it.
Let her
We
speak.
have had numerous issues of checks being written, as you know, which is why you are the president,
That has nothing to do with fire
okay?
relief.
Checks being written to family members.
You cannot hold that
Let
money.
me answer the question,
It's
please.
against the law to hold
It is not against the law.
Well, why can't our solicitor answer?
Because he didn't do it, I did.
We know that.
I sent $10,000 back to the state auditor general because, and I have had numerous contact with the state fire commissioner's office and with the state auditor general, and I did not feel comfortable turning over almost $11,000 to an organization that has not had an audit, that has written checks to family members, that has had credit cards and personal expenses, personal gas purchased with all taxpayer money. I'm sorry. I cannot turn that money over, okay? So I sent it back to the Auditor General's office with their blessing because they too
When did you
felt
send it back?
that that's what I should do. That's what I should do.
It was recently.
Last month,
When?
last month,
A month ago.
last
I
month.
talked to him today and you're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're telling a damn
You can say all you want, Mr. Clark, but a fire company that doesn't have meetings, that doesn't have minutes, that allows members to write checks to each other, $2,000 a month,
Face lie.
needs to explain what you do with the taxpayer money and with the fire relief money.
You're telling a third.
That's fire relief money.
I signed the check. All right, next one will be Kim Brown,
You're lying.
Kimberly Brown.